Students love Mr. Falcon. Luis brings the assets present in both his community and the community he serves. Understanding their culture, that's all present.
There was a girl that came up to me in the street. I teach 6th grade social studies. They write an immigration book about their family's history, who was the first in their family to immigrate to the United States. For some students, it's pretty simple. It was their parents, it was themselves. For others, they have to really research and go generations back. Raymond, tell me a little bit about your book. Who was the first in your family to come over here?
My grandpa.
Your grandpa. And why did they come over here? When I studied history, I never really got to explore my own culture, and I thought it was something that was missing from the curriculum. So students get to see themselves as part of the U.S. history, as part of the world history in general. A little bit about who was the first in your family to...
I've learned that they have a farm.
And they get to see their families as being important component to what makes the United States and what makes, their families great too. Who was the first in your family to immigrate?
We decided to come over here for us to have a better education and live a better life.
They really dial into Mr. Falcon and they really connect to what he's saying because he ties it into what they're going through, what their family's going through.
Mr. Falcon, his class, it was easy to talk and open up in front of everyone.
I got to know him a lot. Me and him became really close. We had a special bond to where he was like a father to me.
Luis has been at Downtown College Prep for a very long time. He actually started off as a student of Downtown College Prep and now is a teacher for us.
I share my story with kids all the time because I know that they can see themselves in my story. Starting in middle school, I got in a lot of trouble, got suspended a lot of times, and I didn't really see myself going to college. Knowing that I wasn't a perfect student, one that was also influenced by gangs and drugs and other things like that, and I wasn't perfect, really shows students that you don't have to be perfect in order to succeed.
Luis sees his personal experience as a way to reflect back the potential and possibility for all students, no matter what challenges they might be facing.
And then I ended up going to UC Santa Cruz and then became the first in my family to graduate from a four-year university. And then at that point, I had no doubt in my mind I wanted to be a teacher to provide those same opportunities that were granted to me. And I was like, I'm going to be a teacher at DCP. And that's exactly what happened.
So when he tells you his story, you leave saying, he overcame all these obstacles, then I can overcome my obstacles.
Pienso que es una manera de cómo los estudiantes se pueden sentir halagados o identificados de la manera de la cultura de Mr. Falcon. Es porque él siempre ha tratado de hablar desde sus antepasados, cómo él ha luchado o cómo luchó con su familia para llegar a lograr estar donde está ahorita. So, que eso es como hacerle saber al estudiante que la cultura tiene mucho que ver. ¿Por qué? Porque la cultura lo enseñó a él a no estar en pandillas, a ser un buen líder en su comunidad, a ser un buen hijo, y eso creo que es algo positivo para nuestros estudiantes.
He always tells us to always be proud of what your culture is.
Remembering his story, I remembered that he changed and he wanted better for himself, and I also decided to do better for myself, and so in a way it changed my life.
In my opinion, it is a huge mistake when teachers do not value students' culture and their personal identities. Because when you do use their power, they embrace it, they are engaged, they see themselves as valued members of your classroom, of the educational system, and they see themselves as individuals who can succeed and thrive. But I want my students to find themselves as valued members of our community.